Good morning, guys. It is a bright, beautiful, and crisp October morning here, and I've got the brand new Apple Watch Ultra 2 on this hand and a Garmin Forerunner 265 on this hand. And if you're a fan of the channel, you know how much I enjoy Garmin products, particularly the Forerunner series of watches. Well, today, actually this week, I've decided to put them side by side in a week-long test to see which one I end up using and which one I like compared to the other one. So stay tuned for this honest look at the Forerunner 265 versus the Apple Ultra Watch 2. All right, here we are, 9 o'clock, both 100% charged. I'm gonna pull them off the chargers and throw them on my wrist. All right, these are both big, beautiful, bright LED displays on here. These are both fantastic sport watches, smart watches, do-it-all watches, but which one is right for you? Well, I don't know about that, but I'm gonna tell you which one is right for me. Apple Watch on the left and Forerunner on the right. And there's just simply no comparison when you think about it from a hardware standpoint, right? Like you have a titanium-based smartwatch with a really crisp, clear display. The flat front looks really good. It is a square style watch, a rectangular style watch, similar to all the Apple Watches. And so it doesn't really compare when you look at side by side with a round watch like the Garmin. But the Apple Watch is heavier too, right? And so when you think about it from a hardware standpoint and what your personal preferences are, if you don't mind a square watch or a little bit heavier watch, the Ultra feels premium mostly because it is premium. Whereas the Garmin is lighter and is round and to me fits smaller wrists a little bit better. So it's up to you to decide which watch style you prefer and which one's gonna look and feel better on your wrist. All right, so we're gonna go for a run. We got the Apple Watch on and the Garmin watch on. We're gonna start the runs. Outdoor run. 3, 2, ready. Here we go. All right, 5 miles done. Let's see how these watches compare. First, so you need to check out the screen brightness here. It's way better on the Apple Watch than it is on the Garmin. And the Garmin is perfectly readable outside in bright light, but the screen brightness on the Apple Watch is just markedly better. Like you can tell how much brighter and more colorful it is compared to the Garmin. All right, so looking at the workout results here, what we've got is some stuff that's pretty similar. If we get rid of these notifications, that would be helpful. 5 miles versus 5:02, 9:31 versus 9:27. If we look at our heart rates, that's also very similar. We've got 158 with a max of 178, 152, max of 175. Very good, very similar data, which is awesome. Elevation gain, 487. Over here, we're gonna have 518 with 479 down. So all in all, pretty similar, even though they're on different wrists. It's great to see that the data they collected for the run are about the same. So ultimately what it boils down to is the Garmin is a fitness tracker with a smartwatch built in, while the Apple Watch is a smartwatch with a fitness tracker built in. And what I mean by that is what makes the Apple Watch so great and so awesome is that it has all the built-in apps on the device that actually work. Things like remote controlling your camera on your phone, stuff like having the ability to open and close your garage door, with the garage door apps. It has email that you can reply to, messages that you can reply to. I can unlock my daycare's front door with the watch, which is awesome. So the built-in features of the smartwatch, are just a night and day difference compared to what you can do with the Garmin. So while the battery life is better on the Garmin, and I think ultimately this is a better fitness tool, the smartwatch abilities of the Garmin just really aren't there when you look at it compared to something like an Apple Watch, and particularly the Apple Watch Ultra, especially when you have things like the built-in dive computer, all the other functions and abilities that this watch can do, in conjunction with a 3-day battery life. This is a really strong competitor to any other fitness tracker or smartwatch on the market. 6:57 Thursday morning, the Apple Watch died sometime in the night, so we got just about 3 days of use out of it. The Garmin still, and the Garmin 67% battery. So where does that leave us in a choice where we get to choose between the Apple Ultra Watch 2 and the Garmin Forerunner 265? Well, it obviously depends on your preferences and priorities. For me personally, I like the Garmin series better for 3 big reasons. The first reason is the costs. It's about half the price. We're talking about $400 versus $800, right? So that's a big difference. The second reason is that I use a carrier that does not support the Apple Watch. I use what's called US Mobile. And US Mobile, while it's a great network and runs as an MVNO on Verizon, I cannot add this to my account. And so that would require me to use this as a standalone watch, which doesn't fully work with my iPhone. It would have to be separated and my notifications wouldn't work. That's a whole nother video. But the point is that I can't get this to work out of the box with my iPhone on the current provider that I have. The third biggest reason is that I like the battery life. This has got 2 to 3 times the battery life as the Ultra. And so for me, those 3 reasons really sell me on the Garmin series of watches more than the Apple Watch. And I think ultimately if Apple were to ever change it so that this could be a standalone device with full connectivity to the iPhone, that would change my mind. That would be the ultimate sort of push to bring me over the edge to wear the Apple Watch Ultra all the time. Otherwise, with this limited functionality, the ability to not sync to my phone, and with the cost and battery life hit, it's just not worth it for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Check out everything else I have on YouTube. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.